They would pass me on the pavement, eyes ahead like I was there. No reflection in their faces, no one noticed I was there. I became a moving silence, just a ghost behind the glass. Every glance slid right across me, like I wasn't built to last. I remember standing frozen on a street with no clear name. I had screamed but not in volume, I had burned but left no flame. Then the world bent in its slumber, and it carved into my skin. The thing they'd always made me now burst out from deep within. I didn't ask for this hollow gift, I never prayed to disappear. But the world had made me vanish long before I left the mirror. I would walk through walls for justice, leave behind the skin they knew. I would carry every secret if it meant I pulled her through. I would give up form and presence, I would leave my shape behind. I would do it all for mercy in a world that had gone blind. Found a girl inside a fortress, built of habits and of scars. She had bruises shaped like patterns, she had nights that had no stars. And I stood inside her silence, like a father no one chose. Though I knew I'd die a phantom, still I had to interpose. I unwrapped my lonely burden, made myself be seen again. Took the form they'd long discarded, faced a monster once called friend. He had power, I had absence, but my will would not recede. And I broke through that old silence. For a moment she was freed. It was not to be a savior, it was not to find a crown. I just couldn't let her story be the one that stayed face down. I would walk through flames for kindness, though the smoke would strip my name. I would vanish from all memory if it cleansed her of that shame. I would bleed without a witness, I would fall without a cry. I would give it all for nothing, just to let one child not die. They gave titles to the chosen, spoke of light and ancient war, but I never felt like legend, I just knew what I was for. Then the hunter found her target, and my fate was sealed and sure. But I stood a wall of silence, so the girl could still endure. They taught me I was no one, they looked through me like the wind. But the wind can shape the mountain, and I was more than what had been. I would cross the deepest winters, where the frost forgets your face. I would fade from every record, just to give her safer space. I would trade all final meaning for one life to rise intact. I was never meant to matter, but I mattered when it cracked. I was never meant to matter, they had left me undefined. But in one girl's final rescue, I reclaimed what they declined. Not for glory, not for vengeance, only love that's